Calvin and Lisa, how's it going? Hope you're having a wonderful day. We wanted to do we're doing a really short stream today for the people out there that wanted to watch like 5 or 10 minutes. Thank you for clicking on the live stream and smashing the like button. Calvin, we've been talking up your channel. Hope you get monetized. These ducks do not like social media because every time I come out here, they swim away, glide away. Unless we get like 10 or 15 people in here, this stream is for people who watch after the live stream too a little bit. But ask any questions you want. 1,600 hours. Calvin, we went backwards last week, but we still need like 1,900 hours. It's a hopeless cause. But we did have a bump in watch time yesterday. So we've gotten 50,000 views in the last 3 days. This is Rocky Mountains, right by Rocky Mountain National Park. Calvin, if you get a chance, if in the background, if you have a laptop, if you can run one of our live streams in the background, turn the volume down. We definitely need to roll some hours for sure. But we have 3 channels, so we'll watch Calvin, the Boston Terrierist. We'll smash some like buttons. Calvin, I think you're going to be monetized before we are, which is great news for you. You have a wonderful channel. The nice thing about this lake is the reflection from the sky. It's like it's almost like glass. You can hear the birds. It has been a very cold winter, so it is not very green. We haven't created a live stream playlist yet, but we have a 90-minute live stream from yesterday. I'll have to look into making a live stream playlist now that we've been live streaming for a minute. Oh yeah, Estes Park is really great. If you go over the Continental Divide, you end up by Lake Granby. It was supposed to be very, very windy today, but the wind came and went. So thought about doing just a very quick live stream. Definitely we'll do that, Calvin. Our best live streams. We did trivia yesterday. So if you get a chance to watch the live stream from yesterday, a lot of people have commented that it was one of the best live streams we've done. We did a trivia with Wiggle Butts and with some other channels. Wiggle Butts is doing a live stream tomorrow, I believe. So if you get a chance to set a notification, they've been very supportive of a lot of channels. Kind of a cool sun there with the clouds. I hope you had a good time in Florida. Where in Florida were you, Calvin? Maybe Orlando? or Tampa. Kind of. I love Florida personally. A little humid for me, but it is a great state. I'm glad you enjoyed the live stream yesterday, Lisa. It was fun going through trivia with everyone. Oh, West Palm Beach. Yeah, that's a great area. Yeah, we've been watching some TEDx on YouTube. If you get a chance to check out TEDx. And we've been watching a lot of Ivy League emotional IQ material as well. Yeah, I think the trivia is nice because it keeps people. The trivia keeps people watching because they don't know what the next question is going to be. So Calvin, if you want to share what's one trivia question that you've had on your channel, and Lisa, if you have a trivia question from your channel, you can try to guess those answers. We're going to do another live trivia stream probably this weekend. Come up with some more questions, maybe some questions about other channels that are on the stream too. The live streams here at the lake have been coming out really nice. Favorite color? I feel like I should know this. I'm gonna go blue for your favorite color there, Lisa. I have forgotten. Oh, random dog questions. That's a good one. Yeah, I think the next one will be, I'm going to go with green. I went with blue. We'll go with green. If not green, then I give up. There for the longest living dog. That's a really good question. That's a really good one. I'm going to go with 26. I'm gonna go with 26 for the longest living dog. Although one might have lived to be 30. Actually, I think it might have been 32 as well. I'll give two answers: 26 and 32, depending on the dog. Aqua. Well, blue and green is very close to aqua. So, but I do remember you saying that at one point, Lisa. That aqua was your favorite color. The longest living dog, I'm going to go with 32 years old. Calvin, you have to give the answer soon. 34 years old. That would be one old dog. 34-year-old dog. $29, almost 30. Kablooey. That's maybe why they say kablooey. Some of the geese are flying south there. Yeah, Calvin, we still don't know if live stream hours count. I'm thinking that the live stream hours count more when people watch after the fact than during the live stream. I read that somewhere because the hours are not stacking like they should. So we'll have to put together a live stream playlist. If people can run some live playlists in the background while they're doing other things, that would be really helpful. We have to get 1,900 more watch hours to be within striking distance of monetization. Someday maybe they'll do 10,000. Once you get 10,000 followers, you're just in. And the sun is setting behind the clouds there. I've been trying to pick the right music, but I'm going to put up a video of what this scene looks like right before the leaves change. Yeah, it tells you the watch hours after you end the stream, but when I go back and add up all the hours, it doesn't seem like it's adding on correctly. So someone said it takes 3 or 4 days to roll over to your watch time count, but I like Calvin's channel because he has, there might be a delay maybe. I like Calvin's channel. If you get a chance to watch Calvin, the Boston Terrierist, he always has a theme. It kind of feels like a sitcom. They go to the Petco. They have recipes and parties. So if you get a chance to watch Calvin, it's a really great channel. Yeah, for Calvin the Boston Terrier, Wiggle Butts is a good model to follow to know how much you are going to be able to monetize. She's up to 22 cents per 1,000 short videos. So views, excuse me. So if you get 10,000 views, you'd be at something like $3. But the live super chats are nice. And the having a store, I think Calvin would come up with some really cool merch from the store. And oh, that's awesome. Lisa Knits, her channel has been growing super fast. She'll be at 700 followers by next month and 1,000 followers by her birthday. That's the goal, 1,000 followers for her birthday. She knits all kinds of really cool things. Yeah, Lisa Knits, knitting channel is a really good idea because you could literally like auction off your knitting. Yeah, Calvin merch would be fun, I think. a Calvin calendar, dog treats, maybe poop bags, Calvin poop bags, maybe a Calvin hoodie. Definitely a Calvin hoodie. Calvin the Boston Terrier's hoodie. That would be amazing. Instead of Maverick, it'll be Calvin the Boston Terrierist. Maybe some joggers or some pajamas. For some reason, I feel like Calvin pajamas would be very relaxing, like cuddle duds almost. I think Wiggle Butts has a merch store and they have bumper stickers. Some people do use YouTube to do auctions. You can do like a live auction and use like Square, I think, to collect payments. Ruby and Rock, I'll have to look that up. There's a lot of dog channels for sure. We try to do a little bit different. We try to do some outdoor, some hiking and some travel videos, pop culture. Also, Calvin, if you get a chance, I don't know if you've already done this or not, but if you get a chance to create a second channel, you can maybe put some outtakes on the second channel, but also when you subscribe to other channels, a lot of people will create a second channel just to subscribe to other channels. A lot of people really do that, especially when they're monetized. Really, you might want to have 3 channels, a backup channel, like for outtakes or just shorts, in case anything happened to your primary channel. And then the third channel would be just to subscribe to channels that you personally like. 3 channels is a good way to go. But I think Calvin the Boston Terrierist, I think you do already have a second channel. I thought I saw that maybe you have another channel, but maybe I was mistaken. There's a big bird there. Oh, Christmas stockings. That's wonderful. I was just getting a Christmas Hummel earlier today. Christmas, I think now that COVID is winding down, a lot of people are using Christmas to get through the year. Yeah, I like the casino slot machine video one, Calvin. If you get a chance to leave a comment on a new video that we've done with your other channel. We do have a lot of slot machine channels that watch this channel too. I watch a lot of the slot machine channels because they're kind of fun and interesting. Yeah, the slot machine is a really good. It's a really, there's a lot of people that do it, but slot machine channels grow pretty quickly. I personally don't like going to casinos right now, so watching a slot machine channel for a few minutes it's a lot of excitement. Casino Slot Lady, I think there's a Casino Slot Lady that subscribes to this channel, and she leaves comments occasionally. If you get a chance to check her channel out. I think if I ever did a slot machine channel, I would just have an iPhone hooked up to no service, because I feel like casinos can kind of skim your spectrum a little bit. So if I ever did have a slot machine channel, I would definitely have just a an iPhone with no service on it to record. Yeah, slot machine channels are fun. A lot of excitement. For some reason, a lot of slot machine people, they love dogs and cats. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the excitement. People that are into slot machines are, they like to be entertained, and having a pet kind of hits their brain in that spot. So, but I've noticed that a lot of slot machine channels, they love dog videos. Yeah, Lisa, I wonder if in Australia if you can play online. I think if you could play online, I think it's legal to play online now in Australia. You could always start an online slot account and then just film yourself playing online, if that's allowed. Las Vegas is trying to crack down on, like I think the Bellagio is trying to tell people they can't film at slot machines for a while, which really seems kind of counterintuitive. I don't know why anybody would have any problem with someone doing social media on a slot machine, unless you were trying to rig the slot machine, because it's only going to get more people there to play. I also follow a lot of poker vlogs. Brad Owen, The Lodge in Texas. Yeah, Shelly's Yorkies and Slots. She has a great channel, but she said she got demonetized for a while. I'm not sure if she ever remonetized or not, but yeah, if you get a chance to watch The Lodge there, I think they're in Austin, Texas. The Lodge is a really good poker. Andrew Nemi, Brad Owen, they're really good poker vloggers. One of our first subscribers was Daniel Negreanu, because we did his live streams during COVID. We were on his live stream for like 10 hours. And Daniel Negreanu was, I think he was one of our first 20 or 30 subscribers. We had a lot of poker people that subscribed to the channel when we first started as social media. Daniel Negreanu, he's one of the better poker players, and he films his dogs at the beginning of his vlogs during the World Series of Poker. If you go back, you'll see his dogs at the beginning of the video, and we watched he was filming when the casinos were closed. He did a lot of online poker streaming, and he was very supportive of the channel. I've played against Daniel Negreanu in poker when he was still pretty young, and I was still pretty young. I'm a much better poker player now, but I've played against some of the bigger guys, like Daniel Negreanu. I think, if I remember correctly, I beat him on an ace-high flush, and then he hit a straight flush on another hand. Yeah, Lex Friedman. I've watched that one, Calvin. That was really good. Lex Friedman gets down to it with the questions. He has a really dry but interesting style. I've watched some of Lex Friedman's channel too. Lex Friedman has a huge channel. He has a huge following. So does Daniel Negreanu. Daniel Negreanu, when he puts out a video, he gets like 30, 50,000 views in like a day without even trying. If you want to watch somebody lose $130,000, Brad Owen played in a game way over his head. Brad Owen's one of the bigger poker vloggers. He played in a game over his head and he lost $130,000 in like 3 hours. So go over to Brad Owen's channel if you want to see somebody lose over $100,000 that quickly. Yeah, Calvin, you're hitting on one of my my passions. I would love to start a game. I would love to start like a slot machine poker channel, kind of bridge the two. But right now, I'm still kind of playing it safe with the whole COVID thing, and probably have to play more online to build up a stack that you can play at a casino with. People at casinos have huge stacks. Yeah, for Brad Owen, I think he was up like 260,000 last year, and then he lost 130,000. So it was basically like half of his stack basically. So that was a huge 130,000 was a huge loss for him. For Daniel Negreanu, he would lose 130,000 in a day because he's backed by GG Poker. GG Poker, I think, funds a lot of his buy-ins. Yeah, I'm not sure what Brad Owen was thinking. He should have left. Yeah, if you watch it, it's just like watching Tin Cup. He just continues to hit the golf ball into the water. Yeah, I've never been. I think Calvin the Boston Terriers is in Rhode Island, and I've never been to Rhode Island before. I have been to Boston, but oh well, Calvin, if you get a chance to, that would be a great vlog. If you get a chance to put that on both channels, the Calvin channel, I think you could do an intro with Calvin, and then you could go to the poker room and play a little poker, and I think you could get away with putting that on your Calvin channel too. Might help you get monetized a little bit quicker. Have a playlist of poker. If you win, you can go to Petco and get Calvin a shirt. Good luck on the slot machines. I hope you win a lot there. I'm not a huge fan of Boston, but that whole region has really old houses and churches, which is really nice. But Boston is Boston is kind of okay, but it's very crowded, very narrow streets. I do like Manhattan, New York, but I'm more of a Manhattan person, I think. But I do like the old churches in the outside of Boston area. They're very interesting. Yeah, blackjack is great. I played a lot of blackjack during COVID, not for money, but I'm pretty good at blackjack. I took a class on how to count +1, -1. Works pretty good. I don't like to play blackjack at casinos because lately, when casinos lose money, they get real grumpy. So if I play blackjack, it's really like a short, like 30 minutes, an hour. Yeah, the streets of Boston are all over the place. It's pretty crazy. The smell of the ocean wasn't very pleasant when I was there either. I think Rhode Island is probably a lot cleaner than Boston. I probably would like Rhode Island a lot because it's a lot clean. I'm kind of a clean fan, clean water, clean streets. I try to play when I play blackjack. I play by the book, but I play a little unconventional. I usually try not to bust. Is kind of my strategy. and I've been getting better at the +1, -1. When the deck gets a certain way, you can push. When you hit, you can, if you don't normally want to bust, if the deck gets a certain ratio, you can start to push that a little bit. That's the way I play. Conservative into kind of aggressive when the deck tilts in your direction. But when you play that way, casinos definitely take notice. So it's not as much fun if you play at a tight casino. I forget on the +1, -1. I think when the deck is like when the deck is -1, you're supposed to hit, and when the deck is +1, you're supposed to stay. If you take a blackjack class on the +1, -1, you'll win a lot more money, Calvin. That'll really step up your game. Thanks for the comment, the very nice comment, and smashing the like button there. I think you might be new to the channel, so welcome. Thank you for visiting with us. Yeah, YouTube has some really good blackjack classes that you can just watch online for free. The whole thing with blackjack is that you kind of want to keep track of high cards and low cards, and when there's been a lot of high cards, then you can start to hit more. And when there's been a lot of low cards, you kind of want to stay more, and you want the dealer to bust. Yeah, it's a simple, it's not counting cards per se, Calvin. It's just a simple, anything over 8, it's just a simple cut the deck in half. You cut anything above it, anything above 8 is like +1, anything below 8 is a -1. And then when the deck, as you start to keep track, it's a lot easier to keep track in your head rather than counting the cards. You're just counting face cards versus non-face cards is another easy way to do it. But yeah, that's a great way to up your, when you start playing that way, you'll start winning more. I think blackjack is a game where you're supposed to, when you win, you're supposed to win more. Like you up your bets when the card stacks in your favor. But at casinos, they burn a lot of cards. Like they'll change a dealer sometimes in the middle of a deck, and that annoys the heck out of me. So I usually try to sit at the end, and I usually try to throw the card skews off by playing unconventionally, like not hitting, let the dealer bust type thing. I like to play at the end of the table because there's always that one guy who throws the whole table off if you're playing in a crowded table on blackjack. But I have a feeling that Calvin is a good blackjack player, so you wouldn't throw the whole table off. People get mad at blackjack if you hit on like a 16 and you get a 10, and then the dealer gets like a 3 to make a 19. You're definitely going to get some really bad looks. Yeah, third base. If I played for money at this point, I'd probably be at the end. I'd be at the very end. I'd be like, okay. Yeah, Calvin, you have to film your next blackjack trip. That would be really fun. Take a class online. It takes about 30 minutes to an hour to up your game, but I think you'll win more hands. It starts to make more sense. I think whether or not you count the deck or not count the deck, I think if you have a system when you play blackjack, you might only win a few more hands, but it takes the stress and the pressure. You can enjoy the game a lot more if you just play with a system. There's kind of a beauty to the algorithms. Whereas if you play without a system, you're really kind of just guessing. And so you're going to guess whatever you guess. Oh, yeah, that's terrible. Well, maybe Calvin, maybe you should do a blackjack with dogs. If you have a couple friends with dogs, maybe you guys should do like a little a shorts video or like a 2 minute video of Calvin. You guys having some friends over playing blackjack. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, Calvin, you've hit on something. My last thought on the casinos is that casinos love to record you while you play and take your facial information. But if you take your phone out and try to just innocently record, they freak out. It makes you kind of wonder what the heck. Why do they record you, but you can't record them? I don't understand that one. Yeah, you could play heads up with Calvin, and then yeah, you should. We're gonna get scratch tickets. We're gonna get scratch tickets for Nova, and let Nova. She can't scratch them, obviously, but we're gonna do a scratch ticket thing coming soon. That's so cool that someone's in Thailand. We have someone in Australia. We have people from Germany, England. Yesterday we did this too, where we went through all the different countries. We've had somebody from Ukraine. We've had somebody from the Koreas, South Korea, I think, hopefully. Um, yeah, we've had people from all over the world on the live streams. It's one thing that we like about Vietnam, I think, Cambodia, Thailand, Philippines. We used to have a lot of Philippines followers, but I'll have to go back and see if they're still on YouTube. Japan, a lot of Japanese followers, but not on the live streams. I think the time difference, when I'm live streaming, it's in Japan, it's a funky hour, but we have a lot of we used to have a lot of Asian followers, but in Asia, the number of dog channels has skyrocketed. If you go onto Asian dog channels, like by Asian I mean like Japanese, um, like Korean or Thailand or Philippines or Mid Asia, however you want to say that, even China, there's probably thousands of dog channels. Thousands of dog channels. It's crazy. And I might do that tonight, watch some of the Asian dog channels. Some of them are really, really good, though. I mean, like, people, they're so good. They're so artful. And they go to like Japanese gardens. There's a couple Japanese dog channels that we subscribe to, and they go to the most beautiful places that are very surreal. I think once you get into India channels, I think they're more aggressive. There are some channels where they show like dogs jumping off of balconies and lions and dogs, and it gets a little bit out of hand. But the Japanese channels and some of the other channels around Japanese channels are very pro dog health. But yeah, one of the reasons why we grew so fast in terms of followers is because we do have a lot of followers from all over the world. And I think a lot of followers just don't want to comment because it's hard to have a conversation in live chat. The translation tool doesn't necessarily work whilst you're live streaming. But we do try to put up some videos that just have music to them for people in Asia. So if you're wondering why we do some of the videos, the longer videos have music to them, the idea is that people in other countries that don't speak English, like Europe and Asia, could watch them without the language barrier. Not sure if that's a good approach or not. Even South America, I guess. But I think a lot of the content moving forward, we're going to talk more in the videos, the longer videos. And we'll have to have global videos that just have music in the background. Yeah, Calvin, if you want to grow your follower base, Calvin the Boston Terrierist, my last piece of advice for the day would be to go on to Asian dog channels. You can look up like dog channels, and you'll see there's like poodles. I mean, there's so many different types of dogs. I've never in my life seen so many, and they all have like 3, 4, 5,000 followers. They're like massive dog channels. Philippines, you know, all the different countries, Thailand. Getting a gaggle of geese here. There's a, it's like every goose, there's a huge party somewhere. There's a kegger going on somewhere because that's like hundreds of geese. This one's the last one. That goose must have a problem with its wing because it's like, wait up, wait up. I feel bad for that goose because you know it's trying to catch up and it's like way, way behind. JB, how's it going? Thanks for being on the live stream. That was pretty cool to catch those geese going. That's the first time I've seen that, and I've been here for like 5 hours over the last week or two, so that was pretty rare to catch that on live stream. So it was worth it. I hope if anybody watching after the live stream, that is a pretty rare moment. But yeah, in the Rocky Mountains, the geese do tend to fly together from one place to another. Good question, Calvin. Nova is not here. She cannot sit still for this long. It's kind of a hard place. It's kind of a secluded area, and it's hard for Nova to get back here. I might have to do some. There might be like a. Feels like there's like a wild animal behind me. So hopefully I don't get eaten alive on the live stream here. So if Calvin the Boston Terrierist is still on, he's our featured guest of the live stream. What is Calvin's favorite? What is Calvin's favorite food or dog brand? That would be a good trivia question. Peanut butter. Nova loves peanut butter, let me tell you. Peanut butter is a great. You have to check out check out your dog. If you read stuff on this channel, you have to do your own homework, because like some people will feed their dogs eggs, and Nova hates. She'll throw up if anything even has an egg in it. Like even if it's like a waffle with an egg in it. So do your homework. But peanut butter is generally a pretty good treat to give your dog if you are on a budget. Most dogs can do peanut butter. So get a nice cheap dollar jar of peanut butter and you've got yourself some treats for your dog. Crumpets. That's awesome. That sounds very, very British and very Australian. There are occasionally a little away from here. There are sometimes coyotes. I'm gonna try to get a coyote on on one of these streams eventually, but coyotes can be dangerous. So whipped cream, I love it. Fruit, carrots. Yep, that's Nova too. Nova doesn't get whipped cream anymore because we cut vegetable oil out of the diet altogether. But what kind of whipped cream do you get for Calvin? Because obviously vegetable oil is not good, but like a vegan whipped cream would be so good. Like dogs can't do almonds, by the way, so don't give your dog almonds. But like a peanut butter whipped cream or something, that would be cool. A lot of whipped cream. If you look at the most popular whipped creams, they're made with vegetable oil, which is totally not good. We've kind of become, during COVID, we kind of became very health focused. So like organic steak, hamburger, vegan, chicken, fish. We cut out all the garbage. Even the canned version. Well, Calvin makes a great pizza, so if you want a recipe for pizza, he makes a great. They make a great pizza. It was a nice sunset because there's a lot of clouds, so it makes it very colorful. And we did get the geese in there. Might do a short with the geese for people that missed the live stream. Yeah, you can do a pesto pizza without cheese, or I think in the future what I'll probably eat is a cauliflower crust pizza with vegan cheese and pesto sauce. Maybe a little tomato sauce on top. But a vegan pizzas are the food of the future. The cauliflower crust is really good if you've never tried it. It's a lot healthier for you. But I did have a cheat day the other day, and I did have a couple slices of homemade pizza. Last bit of advice: if you're making a pizza, if you're making like a take and bake pizza, put it in the air fryer. Put your pizza in the air fryer rather than the oven. It cooks faster, and the crust is not as dry. So if you cook a pizza in the air fryer, it's going to come out a lot better. That's something we've become a big fan of, is air fried pizza. It takes like 20 minutes. Yeah, French Bulldog. Yeah, we just did if you look on the channel, we just did we just did like a 13-minute video on the top 5 dogs. We just posted that yesterday. If you get a chance to watch it, that counts toward watch time. French Bulldog is number 1. Golden Retriever is number 2. How Aussie Shepherd is not on that list, I don't know, but I think it will be on the list next year. Well, thank you everyone for being on the live stream. I'm at about 10% on my iPhone here, so we're gonna wrap up here, and hopefully this counts toward the watch time. We'll give you a watch time update this weekend. We'll be at 15,000 followers this weekend, so we'll have a 15,000 follower live stream with some trivia. Be sure to catch Calvin, the Boston Terrierist. Catch JB and Lisa Knits. Also Hendo. Hendo's trying to monetize. If you can watch Hendo's channel, she's very busy with her family and with her dog and her bird. Thanks, Calvin the Boston Terrierist. Hope you get some blackjack luck headed your way. Thank you, Lisa, for joining all the way from Melbourne. Thank you, JB. Hope you get a chance to watch some more of our videos. Build up the watch time. And you all have a great evening. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.